Hey there, thanks for tuning in to our May 2024 eLearning Challenge recap. If you want to see some of the awesome submissions from this month's eLearning Design Challenge, along with our winning submission, and why I'm filming this from my iPhone, stick around. Hey there folks, Tim Slade here from the eLearning Designers Academy. My office and filming space is going through a bit of a remodel at the moment, and I'm not ready for y'all to see it just yet. So I'm coming to you today from my iPhone. Now, as all of you know, one of the many challenges a lot of folks have when it comes to building their instructional design and e-learning development skills, along with creating samples of work for their portfolios, is having the opportunity to practice on real-world projects in a practical way. And so that's why I created our monthly e-learning challenges inside the eLearning Designers Academy to help you put your skills into practice and build samples of work for your portfolio without all of that stress and uncertainty that oftentimes comes from picking your own topic. And so each month we issue a new e-learning challenge, which provides a real-world topic and a prompt based on a hypothetical company. And as part of the challenge, participants are tasked with developing a complete e-learning course to solve a specific set of learning outcomes. And you know what? We also provide a style guide and brand assets for the hypothetical company, which provides guidance on the use of colors and fonts and logos and so much more. And then at the end of each month, we review all of the submissions, host a recap, just like the one you're watching right now. Normally it's from my regular filming space, but today it's on my iPhone. We do that to showcase the amazing work from those who participated, and then we announce a winner and give away a $100 Amazon gift card. And of course, the great thing about our monthly e-learning challenges is that each month, as we announce a new challenge, we have a growing library of sample project topics for you and others to pick from to continue growing your skills and building your portfolio. So, with that said, let's take a look at the details from our May 2024 challenge. Take a look at some of the amazing submissions along with our winner. And of course, if you'd like to follow along with me, check out the links down in the description where you can see all of the details from this month's challenge, along with all of the submissions and of course, details for our next month's challenge. All right, so for our May 2024 challenge, we decided to focus on a medical related topic. Within hospitals, clinics, and other environments, there are a ton of different training opportunities, many of which actually have life and death consequences. And really, this couldn't be any more true than with MRI machines, which use really powerful magnets and can pose danger when metal is present either in the MRI testing area or when a patient has metal in their body. So for this month, participants were challenged to design and develop an e-learning course for Milton Imaging on MRI safety precautions. Like all of our challenges, we provide participants with an outline of the performance issue they're solving, along with a list of learning objectives. And so for this challenge, we wanted participants to create an experience where learners would be able to explain the hazards of MRI exposure, distinguish safety risks within each proximity zone of the MRI machine, and how to properly screen patients for metal objects that could present a danger. We also provided a list of possible interactions that could be created to help learners put these skills into practice, like an interactive map to explain each zone and a branching scenario for how to screen patients. And finally, we provided our Milton Imaging style guide, which included guidance for our fonts, colors, imagery, and a lot of other really great things. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from this month's submissions, and then we'll announce our winner. All right, so the first submission we'd like to highlight comes from Sherry Chu. And what we loved about Sherry's project was how she used multiple Beyond videos to create a visual story and make it interactive in articulate storyline. Her project follows a nervous patient receiving an MRI, and then throughout a series of decision points, we learn how to safely move the patient through the MRI scanning process. What we loved and what we also appreciated about Sherry's project were the multiple opportunities for failure. For any decision point, we could choose the wrong decision and see the outcomes or consequences of that decision. So wonderful work, Sherry, and thank you so much for submitting. All right, the next of our featured submissions comes from Agnieszka Filipkowska, and I hope I pronounced your name properly. You know, what we loved about Agnieszka's project, similar to Sherry's project, was her use of videos as a tool for storytelling and visual communications. Developed an articulate storyline, Agnieszka also did a wonderful job using the assets provided for the Milton Imaging style guide to create a cohesive looking experience. Agnieszka's project also incorporated multiple interaction types to help drive home the learning objectives. For example, in this interaction, the learner has to move a metal detector over different patients to identify different objects that are restricted within the MRI area. We also have this branching scenario at the end to practice how to properly screen patients before receiving an MRI. Again, wonderful work, Agnieszka. Thank you so much for participating. All right, the next of our featured submissions comes from Danielle Gillett-Chambers with her MRI safety training course. What we loved about Danielle's project were the simple and clean design of her course, which she developed all in articulate storyline. With Danielle's project, we worked through a series of simple and to-the-point interactions with some clean and polished graphics to learn about all things MRI safety. For example, this click to reveal interaction to learn about restricted items. And then from there, we move into some more advanced interactions like this one, where we have to practice questioning a patient to screen them for metal objects. Great work, Danielle, and thank you so much for participating. All right, the final of our featured submissions comes from Sandra Pike with her MRI safety training course. Like many of the other submissions, Sandra created her course in articulate storyline and stuck with a really clean and simple design. What we appreciate about Sandra's submission is how she used the guidelines for Milton Imaging, the Milton Imaging brand, but used them to create her own unique looking course. Her project included some simple interactions like this interactive map to learn about the different MRI zones. However, Sandra used these graphics and clean illustrations to visualize each area of the MRI office. And then from there, Sandra used a simple interaction to identify potentially dangerous objects a patient may bring into the scanning area. As always, great work, Sandra. We really loved the clean and simple design of your project. All right, so those were some of the highlights from our May 2024 eLearning Challenge submissions. It's now time for us to pick a winner who will receive a $100 Amazon gift card. Now, before we do that, I want to share a bit about how we evaluate the quality of each of our submissions. When picking our top submissions and, of course, selecting our winner, we look at it from 5 different angles in no particular order. First, user interface design. Was the course easy to use, accessible, and intuitive to navigate? Second, graphic design. Did the course author apply solid graphic design techniques, and how well did they adapt the style guide to the course? Third, visual communications. Did they use the screen to help me, as the learner, see what they were trying to say? In other words, did they use meaningful imagery or animations? Fourth, instructional design. How well did they create a true learning experience with performance-based interactions rather than just an information dump? And finally, overall completeness. Did the course feel like a complete piece of work? So for this month, we're giving the win to Agnieszka Filipkowska. What we loved about Agnieszka's project was the clean and consistent design and engaging use of videos and interactivity. Overall, her course felt like a complete project that you might actually see in the real world. So congratulations, Agnieszka. All right, so that's a wrap on our May 2024 challenge and a look at some of the highlights from this month's submissions. As always, I want to send a special thanks to everyone who participated and shared their hard work for this month's e-learning challenge. You know, I have to admit, safety training of any kind isn't always the most exciting type of training to develop. However, these types of topics are great examples of the types of projects real-world instructional designers and e-learning developers have to create on a day-to-day basis. So I want to congratulate and thank everyone for how well they did with what could otherwise be a boring topic. So congratulations to everyone who participated. And of course, if you'd like to see all of the submissions for this month's challenge or participate in next month's challenge or any of our past challenges as a topic for your own sample project, check out the links down in the description. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, make sure to click those like, subscribe, and bell buttons to get alerted the next time I publish a video just like this one. And of course, join us inside the eLearning Designers Academy, where we help new instructional designers and e-learning developers grow their careers by focusing on skills first. Otherwise, my name is Tim Slade, and until next time, I'll see you around.